The perfect participle. We can use the perfect participle to emphasize emphasize that an action is completed before another action starts. We form the perfect participle by putting the present participle having before the past participle. So, the way to form perfect participle is having plus past participle. Having plus past participle is called perfect participle. Some examples of the perfect participle are having eaten, having rested, having taken, etc. Having finished the assignment, the workers left. Having eaten, we felt better. Here two actions. One is finished, one is left. Second is eaten and felt. So here both actions are not continuing. After one action is completed, the another action takes place. So in this situation, we use perfect participle. Exercise 2. State the function of the past participle in each of the following sentences. Participle adjective, part of a perfect participle, or part of a finite verb phrase. The answers will be given at the end. Now let us move to uses of the participle. Let us look at some of the ways in which the participles, both present and past, are used. As participle adjectives, let us look at the use of the participles in these phrases. Smiling faces, helping hands, exhausted men, tattered sheet. In each case, the participle does the work of an adjective. That is, it describes the nouns faces, hands, men, sheet by using words smiling, helping, exhausted, tattered. They are present participle and past participle. Smiling and helping, present participle. Exhausted and tattered, past participle. In each case, the participle does the work of an adjective. Not all participle adjectives are derived from verbs, another exception. Not all participle adjectives are derived from verbs. Talented, self-centered, tattered. Like a typical adjective, the participle can be usually modified by adverbs like very, extremely, less, etc. Like a typical adjective, the participle can be usually modified by adverbs like very, extremely, less, etc. Her behavior was rather embarrassing. The teacher is very annoyed. So here rather and very are adverbs and they modify the participle. Participles can be used as attributive adjectives. Barking dogs seldom bite. Laughing children ran about the house. Seeing our dejected faces, mother decided to take us to the zoo. The injured child cried loudly. Like most adjectives, the participle can be used predicatively. We use the participle as a subject complement after popular verbs like be, that is verb to be, look, turn, become, appear, seem, etc. In this function, it forms a part of the predicate. So that is called the participle. That is why we say that participle can be used predicatively. So it is the predicate of the sentence. The trip was exhausting. The script appears interesting. We are tired. The children looked surprised. When the participle adjective is used predicatively, it may be confused with the passive form of the verb. However, we can distinguish between the two because the passive form will usually be followed by an object complement or the by agent. We were tired of waiting. We were rather embarrassed by her behavior. So here were tired, just like a passive form. Were embarrassed, just like a passive form. But here, that is a rule. However, we can distinguish between the two because the passive form will usually be followed by an object complement or the by agent, by somebody. So that is the difference between these two things. Identify the participle in each of the following sentences and state whether it is a present or past participle. Also write the grammatical function of each. Now, other use of participle. The participle may be used at the beginning of a particular participle phrase. We use the participle at the beginning of an adjective phrase, which is usually put after the noun it qualifies. A participle phrase is a phrase beginning with a participle and it modifies objects or complements. The girl wearing the red dress is a singer. Who is the person standing near the gate? The child, watched over by her mother, played in the park. Often, however, the participle phrase may come before the noun it qualifies. In such cases, it often takes of an earlier action or several actions in a row. Hearing the music, everybody started dancing. Worn out, the man sat down to rest. Taken by surprise, the thieves were caught. A participle can be used as an adverb. We use the participle as an adverb to modify another adjectives. What you need is a piping hot bowl of soup. The biting cold wind whipped the leaves from the trees. We were dead tired after the trip. So these are the uses of participles. So we use participle to describe a noun. Here in this example, the girl wearing the red dress is a singer. Here the girl is a noun. Wearing the red dress is the adjective phrase. Does the function of a participle phrase. Who is the person standing near the gate? Here the person is the noun and standing near the gate is the participle phrase. Now exercise 4. Combine each set of sentences to make one sentence using as participle. The first one has been done for you. The cyclist was overtaken by another. He pedaled harder. Overtaken by another, the cyclist pedaled harder. This is important. This is very important. How do these two sentences combine into one? The cyclist was overtaken by another. He pedaled harder. So here overtaken by another. The subject of the first is omitted. And the second he is omitted. In this place we use a real subject, that is cyclist, noun. So overtaken by another, the cyclist pedaled harder. Who was overtaken? The cyclist. So that is the question. Or why did the cyclist pedal harder? Because he was overtaken. So the reason we have to put in the beginning. Overtaken by another, the cyclist pedaled harder. Second sentence, the player caught the ball. He threw it at the wicket. So there are two sentences, and each sentence has a subject. The first sentence, the player, the second is he. But the subjects, both subjects are not different but are one. So in this case we can combine the verb caught, make it a participle, catching. Catching the ball, the player threw it at the wicket. So this is the method to combine two sentences by using a participle. The boxer lost the match. He was beaten in that final round. Here, who is the subject in both sentences? The boxer. So he was beaten in the final round. He is the subject of second sentence, but it stands for the boxer. So we can combine by using by participle. So the remaining exercises you have to do it. The answer key will be given at the end of the class.